Ito po ang Presidential Broadcast Service. Pakinggan, panoorin, agaran in real time, o balikan sa pag-scroll up and down. Mga balitang dapat malaman, impormasyong tunay at napakikinabangan. Saan ka man, sa buong kapuluan. Mababangon sa bagong sigla. Kababayan, kasama ang social media. Powered broadcaster ng bagong mamamayan. Tapat sa pag-uulat. Ito po ang Presidential Broadcast Service sa Metro Manila. Radyo Pilipinas 1, 738 AM.
Oras sa buong Pilipinas, 5 minuto makalipas ang alas 3 ng hapon. Isang magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat at welcome po tayo dito sa ating programang Kalinga, hatid ng Red Cross Radio Pilipinas ngayon pong araw po ng linggo, ika-9 po ng Hunyo. At kamusta po ang bawat isa sa inyo? Inaanyayahan po namin kayo na pakinggan at subaybayan ang programa hanggang alas 4 po tayo ng hapon dito po sa Radyo Pilipinas. Tayo po ay napapakinggan sa Radyo Pilipinas 738 kHz sa AM band. At sa ating Facebook Live, Kalinga Hatid, at sa ating Radyo Pilipinas FB page. Ayan po. At syempre tayo napapanood din sa TV Plus Channel 3 at For the Box Channel 45 to 49. Okay? At syempre nais nating pasalamatan ang bumubuo ng ating programa mula sa Presidential Broadcasting Service, ang ating Director Bong Aportadera, ang ating station manager Sir Alan Alyanige, ang ating iba pang mga kasama si Sir Ray Sampang at si Sir Maki, at sa technical side Orly Lopez at Joy Timidan. At syempre sa ating Philippine Red Cross, ang ating Chairman and CEO Richard J. Gordon, ang ating Secretary General Dr. Gwen Pang, ang ating Vice Chairperson, walang iba kundi ang ating Governor Corazon Alma de Leon, at iba pang Board of Governors at ang mga Board of Directors at Chapter Administrator sa isang daang mahigit na 100 nating chapter, at kasama dyan ang ating mga Red Cross Volunteer, 143 Volunteer at Red Cross Youth. Okay, at speaking of Red Cross Youth, yan ang mga kasama po natin ngayon ngayong hapong ito. At bago yan, via Zoom live po ang ating laging kasama dito sa ating programa, Governor Corazon Alma de Leon, ang ating Vice Chairperson. Magandang hapon po, Gov Cora. Kamusta po? Gov Cora?
Dalawa.
Hello, Gov.
Hindi, ki Dino to. Yan.
Gov Cora, magandang hapon po.
Oh, bakit ka late?
Hindi po late. Nasa oras na, on air na po tayo, Gov Cora.
Sige, start na.
Opo, on air na po tayo, Gov Cora. Nagsimula na po tayo. Magandang hapon po.
Good afternoon. Ito ay Kalinga, hatid sa Red Cross. Ang topic natin ay kwento ng mga volunteer ng PRC. We are very fortunate na sasabihin ko sino mga nandito, 4 sila. Si Angeline Sevilla, Pangasinan Chapter, President Chapter Youth Council, 4 years, PRC volunteer. Can you greet, Angeline? Mag-greet ka muna.
Hello po, good afternoon everyone, and greetings of humanity from the Pangasinan Chapter. I am Angeline Samson Sevilla from Bautista, the incumbent Chapter Youth Council President of Pangasinan Chapter.
Ayan, good afternoon.
And then we have Kerr Angelo de Gracia, Kerr, Cebu Chapter President, Chapter Youth Council, 7 years, and college graduate. Can you greet? Go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Cora. I am Kerr Angelo de Gracia, as incumbent Chapter Youth Council President of the Chapter, a volunteer of 7 years, and just recently graduated.
We also have Vincent Lance, Uchoco of Davao del Sur, Chapter President, School Council, almost 4 years. Go ahead. Greet ka muna.
Good afternoon po, no? Magandang hapon po. I am Vincent Lance Chiu Uchoco, currently a 17-year-old PRC volunteer and a council volunteer po for about 4 years. And I'm really glad na being here po, especially with you, Gov Cora, and to my colleagues.
Thank you very much. And we have the fourth, Pamela Haging. That's Davao del Sur Chapter, focal person, RCY, 10 years in the movement. Go ahead, Pamela.
Maayong hapon sa tanan. My name is
Pamela
Haging. I am 26 years old. 10 years in the making, volunteering in Red Cross, and I am currently a Red Cross Youth focal person. And daghang salamat. Thank you for having us here.
Thank you as well. And ngayon, ang first question ko, bakit sa Red Cross kayo naging isang volunteer? How did you get to be a volunteer? Bakit kayo, I guess the reason, your rationale for being a volunteer with the Red Cross. Bawat isa sa inyo. I will go back. Si Pamela muna, si Vincent, si Kerr, and then si Angeline. Pamela, ikaw muna.
To be honest po, when I entered Red Cross, I was invited by one of
Members.
random people lang na nakilala ko on the street. And then he said that we have training in our office at the Red Cross Davao del Sur. And then this coming Saturday, if you are free daw, pwede pa akong bumisit. And then I did together. I bring a friend, she's in a safety service local person. So, pumasok talaga ako sa Red Cross dati na walang background, walang kaalam. But hindi ko inasahan that I will stay in the Red Cross until today. From student pa po hanggang nakapagtapos, hanggang nagtatrabaho na, andito pa rin naman. Yun.
So, focal person ka sa RCY for 10 years. So, that's quite a feat, ano? Di bale, I'll get back to you. Si Vincent Lance, Uchoco, kasi sa Davao del Sur chapter president siya. How did you become chapter president?
Well, in my case po, I really started sa Red Cross movement or sa organization po natin nung I think grade 9 ako. Pero ever since pa, I was really intrigued sa Red Cross movement kasi malaking pangalan, malaking organisasyon po, really prestigious. And I was really ginusto ko na po sanang mag-volunteer. And due to the pandemic, ganyan, it came to a halt. But nung pagka-10th grade ko po, I entered the council RCY po namin sa school po namin, in which hindi ko po inaasahan na naging council president po ako that time. And ever since po, naging consistent naman po yung pagiging volunteer po namin. Running three years na po. And I really chose this organization po specifically. Well, it's because of its humanitarian mission to alleviate human suffering, uplift the human dignity, and providing those towards individuals po, regardless of their race, their nationality, their gender, religion, political beliefs, etc. Kumbaga po, this organization is really guided by our fundamental principles. That is what those aspects po ang yung inganyo sa akin na mag-volunteer po.
So, nire-recite mo na ang fundamental principles, no? That came to, kaya ka engage. I'd like to ask her, Angelo De Gracia, Cebu Chapter President, no? Chapter Youth Council, 7 years na and you're a college graduate. What did you finish sa college mo, Kerr?
Nagtapos ako ng Bachelor of Arts ng Political Science. So I graduated just recently, last May po.
Okay, what did you finish? I'm sorry.
Political Science po.
Maglo-lawyer ka.
Oh,
Ah.
po. Sana.
Well, I wish you well. Ang ganda na isang volunteer ng Red Cross ends up advocating for the international humanitarian law. So I wish you well. So I'll go to Angeline Sevilla, taga Pangasinan, kaya nagpanggalato ka na kanina sa pag-greet mo, no? Pero natutuwa ako, ang background mo, butterfly. Are you, is that just for the computer na background mo, or you really have some paintings there ng butterfly?
The butterfly background po is from Ma'am Pamela.
Oh, see. Okay. Now, you have been there for 4 years, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, anong feeling mo? Because that's gonna be the question. Ano ba ang pakiramdam ng isang volunteer na katulad mo? Because I'll get back to the others also. Go ahead. What's the feeling of a volunteer? You're not a staff, you're a volunteer. So that means you don't have a salary, but you're engaged. And how did you become engaged with volunteerism?
As a volunteer po, it is actually a mixed emotion po. As a volunteer, you would tend to be sympathetic and empathetic at times po, seeing the devastating state of our kababayan during unprecedented occurrences, during emergency situations. But because of the compassion po that I have, because I can say that I'm one with humanity po. Because the compassion was present po. I tend to be and will be there at all times, shedding light and imparting resiliency to everyone po. And of course po, and most importantly, it gives me a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment due to the opportunity presented to me na I am an instrument of compassion sa mga nangangailangan. And then, my commitment po kasi in serving others was one of the core values po na ina-uphold ko. And it is indeed a privilege to serve our society with the spirit of the Red Cross movement. So that's all for my feeling. It is a sense of satisfaction as well as an empathetic and compassionate feeling po.
This time I'm gonna ask you what you know of the chapter where you're engaged. For instance, I will be asking, ano-anong equipment meron kayo sa chapter ninyo that has been mobilized or is being mobilized? Name your We get back to Pamela. Go ahead.
Talking about mga assets po, kung siguro sa mga gamit sa sasakyan, we have one ambulance po. We have 4x4 pickup. We have one van, closed van, and isang food truck, isang tin-wheeler van, tsaka isang water tanker, tsaka yung kakarating lang po sa chapter namin na bigay ng Health Service Department, which is yung verb po natin, or Volunteer Emergency Response Vehicle po. So, may motor din po isa. So, all in all po, yun po yung mga assets na mobilize natin sa chapter dito po sa Davao del Sur sa ngayon.
Meron ba kayong blood bank na operating? Blood bank?
Yes po. Davao del Sur is operating. Meron po kaming blood bank. Open po kami from 8 to 8 din po. Meron po kaming 3 medtech na nagpapatakbo ng aming blood bank. And currently, our Safety Service Department is one of the very active service na namobilize namin, from ambulance to trainings to first aid stations. And as well as the same Health Service Department and the Red Cross Youth Department. And for the information of everybody po, kakauwi ko lang talaga galing sa training. I conducted the first ever facilitators training for the Red Cross Youth Department, and may gumaduate po na 31 facilitators from Davao del Sur. So I'm very happy po and privileged na naging part siya ng journey ko as Red Cross Youth focal person and is a national trainer for Red Cross Youth.
So
Yan lang.
kayo ni Vincent at Lance, parehong taga Davao del Sur. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Pero iba ang work niya kasi siya Davao del Sur chapter president and school council for 4 years. Anong activities ni na Vincent?
Si Lance, actually Lance po is one of my the volunteer under Red Cross Youth Department na super super active talaga. For the year 2023 po, ang dami ng activity na na-come up talaga. And hindi naman po sa pagmamayabang, pero sa Davao del Sur po, yung council po talaga under Lance Vincent Oichoco, yung isa sa most outstanding na Red Cross Youth na meron kami, in which lahat halos ng mga activity ng 6 major services is nakandak namin sa school nila. Kahit yung buong chapter hindi po nakapag-camp, pero yung kanilang yung kanilang council nakapag-camp talaga. And aside from that, yung council din po nila yung isa sa mga nagpo-produce po ng volunteer sa chapter namin ngayon, na kahit anong oras tatawagan mo, andyan talaga sila. So yung council na hinuhold ni Lance po under his presidency, yung isa sa mga pinaka-active din. And also, yes, Lance is very active volunteer po ng chapter na kahit kailan, kahit anong oras, nandyan talaga yan sa tatawagan.
Can I say that
yes?
I am proud to inform, I will be proud to inform Chairman Gordon that operational mga volunteers, you have 143 volunteers or it's just general volunteers?
Actually po, yung volunteer namin is very functional po. Galing from school down to community. And for our 143 volunteers po, we're currently in our 94.7% po. So almost perfect na po, yung 100% talaga. Tapos yung unreached na lang talaga na tinatry na po namin i-penetrate ngayon is yung isa sa pinakamalayo din po talaga na municipality under our chapter, which is we need to travel for at least 14 hours po enable for us to be there. And we need to ride pa po barko para talaga makarating doon sa lugar na yun. And yun na lang po yung nahuhold talaga. So from our RCY and down to our chapter volunteers to community volunteers po, chapter is very active and has a lot of volunteers.
I will now ask her, Angelo de Gracia, ano naman ang achievements ng Cebu chapter dito? Same question, what kind of equipment do you use and have they been functional in that sense? Go ahead, Kerr. Anong meron kayo that you can be proud of? Are you on mute? What? You're not able to speak. Can you hear?
Nakamute ka yata.
Sir?
Po naman, meron naman po kaming dalawang
Anong dalawa?
food truck, food truck po.
Food truck. Bakit marami ba kayo dinidistribute na pagkain?
Opo.
Okay.
From time to time, mag may response, nag-distribute kami ng hot meals, as well as our service vehicles. Meron kaming tatlong service vehicles, dalawang van at dalawang van at dalawang pickup truck, at saka we have our two lifeboats, na functional, at saka in Cebu chapter meron din kaming what we call as the Eastern Visayas Regional Bus Center na nag-operate for 24/7. So may bagyo man, may still fully operational sila, ready and more capable to meet the demands of the public here in Cebu. As well as now, our RCYs are very much active. Just recently or currently, we are having our youth volunteers formation course, sa isang community Red Cross youth dito sa Cebu. Then for the past month, for the past week, we have been focusing on matters concerning environmental protection. That's why we had our coastal clean up. At saka by next probably by next week, we are ready now to roll out the current training, which is the Youth Adapt.
In addition, Gov Cora, madagdagan ko lang yung sinasabi ni Sir Kerr. Yung kanilang isang dineploy na gamit nila, yung water tanker, alam nyo, Gov Cora, ay dineploy natin itong nakaraang Biyernes o Huwebes dito sa mga
Kanlaon
sa Kanlaon. Dito sa lugar nila Gov J Halandoni, kaya hindi natin nakasama si Gov J ngayon, baka sa susunod po na linggo baka makasama po natin sila, Gov Cora.
Okay. Ang kasi napansin nyo, we are covering Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao in this particular episode.
Yes po.
Kasi gusto natin makita ang picture and activities ng mga chapters natin, particularly the youth, because ang topic natin ay kwento ng mga volunteers. Pero siguro kay Angeline Sevilla, siya Pangasinan chapter, naka 4 years ka na sa PRC as volunteer. Anong masasabi mo na natutunan mo bilang isang volunteer? Go ahead, Angelina.
Angeline.
Hello po. So,
Yes.
yung natutunan ko po as a Red Cross Youth volunteer po and as a volunteer with Philippine Red Cross po is the essence po na laging handa. Kasi po pag sinabi mo Philippine Red Cross po, people will tend to think na kada may sakuna, kada may unprecedented occurrences, nandiyan po tayo. So, we have to be always na ready po sa lahat. Specifically po during emergency situations po. Kasi every second and every minute matters po. And for that po, I could also say the importance of first aid training po during emergency situation. Kasi po, syempre, unpredictable nga po yung mga unprecedented moments so that when that situation occurred po, we can act and we can think. Also po, as an RCY po, natutunan ko po na as a youth in our organization, may magagawa po kami and that this organization po trusts us to deliver this or our services po sa youth in our organization as well as to our peers, not only that to the vulnerable sector in our community po. And these learnings po talaga become my avenue to exert my passion for humanity or reality po. So that are some of my learnings po that I accumulated throughout my years of service po.
Of course, this next round, I'm going to ask for the break ay ano yung hindi mo parang karanasang hindi malilimutan sa experience nyo bilang volunteer. Describe, parang shining moments na hindi nyo makakalimutan na as a volunteer. And you can, the specific situation you can describe. I'll give you a chance to talk about it. And I will start again with Pamela. Pamela, go ahead.
So, again po, good afternoon.
Karanasang hindi makakalimutan.
Siguro
Go
po
ahead.
kung karanasan man po akong hindi ko malilimutan talaga for being a volunteer din po ng ilang taon na din sa chapter, siguro yung nagkaroon ng lindol dito sa amin way back 2020. Kasi 3 hits po yung earthquake na yon. And then from the very start talaga na pumasok ako ng Red Cross, hindi kami dumaan ng malaking operation. Yung normal operation lang talaga sa chapter yung ginagawa namin halos araw-araw. But when that earthquake happened po, doon po lahat lumabas or doon po lahat nakita ko at nasabi ko sa sarili ko na paano namin ito gagawin? Paano kami mag-a-adjust? Saan kami magsisimula? Kasi po, ang laki, tapos magkakasunod po yung earthquake, halos 15 days lang po yung pagitan ng 3 hits na yon. And then, yun po, ang daming, kung titingnan mo yung paligid namin, for the, like entire Davao del Sur talaga, hindi mo alam, hindi mo masasabi kung saan ka magsisimula, saan kayo magsisimula. So, I think that was the very memorable and then experience na ginawa namin. Kasi, for almost 2 years talaga, nag-operate si chapter just to recover for that earthquake. And then, ang dami naming trainings, ang dami kong natutunan, ang dami kong trainings na na-acquire after nun. And then, maliban dun, talking about our chapter, after talaga earthquake, ang daming volunteer, ang daming opportunity din na pumasok sa mga volunteer. And then, yung mga volunteer po, na mga kasamahan ko during yung mga panahong yun is very, like, nung pumasok yung earthquake, wala pa sila training eh. Tapos nung nag-earthquake, pinag-train kami ng WASH, ng welfare, ng disaster management service, kasi yun yung pinakagamit na service. And then, all of my friend na naging volunteer ng WASH, is part na po sila ng Bureau of Fire Protection ngayon, and they are very active in Red Cross still. So siguro yung karanasan ko na hindi ko malalimutan din talaga is yung kung paano ko din nakita yung mga kaibigan ko, yung sarili ko na nag-grow after nun, kasi it makes us more stronger pa. And then after nun, na-deploy na po ako sa maraming lugar. I've been to Siargao, Davao de Oro, sa kahit marami pa po, Marawi, kung anong lugar man po yan. So doon po nag-open lahat ng opportunity that leads me to experience lots of things that of course tumulong sa akin for making me who I am today. And nakukontribute ko naman po sa chapter, kinocontribute ko pa din po sa chapter kung ano yung mga yun, yung mga memorable experience na nag-lead sa akin na magkaroon ng learnings na sinishare ko po. So yun po talaga.
Thank you very much. This time I will ask Vincent Lance Uchoco to share his own experiences. Go ahead.
Well, siguro po, no, I would say sa akin is that yung mga unforgettable na mga experience ko sa PRC or sa organization po ito is that yung mga first ko po, yung mga first duty ko po, yung mga first interaction ko sa mga staff po ng chapter namin, yung pagiging yung mga first experience ko sa pagiging council president, yung mga first donation ko po ng dugo, especially yun po, grabe yung kaba. Pero for the love of humanity, for the love of humanity po, I really survived po, no? And I was 16 at that time. Grabe yung kaba. Pero I really na-overcome lang po because at that time po kasi yung dengue cases ng mga bata sa lugar po namin is masyadong mataas, and there are also some that nangangailangan ng blood transfusion, and adhering to the call of humanity, so I did my part po, no? And the most memorable po siguro na hindi ko po malilimutan is that yung mga duties po namin sa mga malalayong lugar po. Last month lang siguro, nakapag-duty ako sa isang remote area, mga bulubundukin, and seeing the smiles of those children, of those people na natutulungan po namin really warms my heart, no, as a humanitarian worker sa youth po. Yes po. And grabe yung sense ng satisfaction at fulfillment kapag nakikita mo yung mga bata na they are smiling po, no, due to the service that you have given. And those genuine acts of emotions galing sa mga natulungan po namin, yun po yung nagiging driving force ko na din po sa pag-pursue ko po sa inline ng humanitarian works na ito po sa Red Cross, no?
Sige. I'll stop at this point dahil break muna tayo, no? Edison?
Magkaroon muna tayo ng mabilis na commercial break at tayo ay magbabalik po sa ilang mga paalala.
Okay.
Your tiny steps led you to this big achievement. Congratulations, 2024 completers and graduates. You're one step closer to making your dreams come true. Naway baunin nyo at isabuhay ang mga experiences, skills at life lessons na inyong natutunan sa pagharap sa mas malaking mundong naghihintay sa inyo. Cheers and all the best, Batch 2024! Isang pagbati mula sa Presidential Broadcast Service at Radyo Pilipinas.
Dengue na mula sa kagat ng lamok ay ating maiiwasan kung 4S ay ating sasagawa at pakikinggan. Search and destroy.
I-destroy natin yung mga maaring pamahayan ng lamok sa pamamagitan ng pagtaob sa mga kagamitang maaring pag-ipunan ng tubig at pag-intlugan ng lamok.
Self-protection.
Ito ay pamamagitan ng pagsuot ng damit na may mahabang manggas o pantalon o maaring muling paggamit po ng insect repellent.
Seek early consultation.
Unang simptomas pa lang katulad ng pananakit ng tiyan, tuloy-tuloy na pagsusuka, pagdurugo ng gilagid o ilong, pagkapagod o pagkabalisa, dapat po kumonsulta na tayo sa pinakamalapit na health center at doktor.
Support fogging and spraying.
Sa mga lugar lamang na may pagtaas ng kaso ng dengue,
Tayo ang simula. Ugaliing maging malinis sa katawan at malinis sa kapaligiran. Siguradong hindi lamang dengue fever ang maiiwasan. Isang paalala mula sa Radyo Pilipinas.
Okay, nagbabalik po tayo sa ating programang Kalinga Hatid ng Red Cross Radyo Pilipinas at balikan po natin ang ating paksa ngayong hapong ito. Ito po yung kwento ng mga volunteer ng Philippine Red Cross na mga nagtapos ngayong taong 2024. Mga nag-graduate po sila. Gob Cora?
Sir Angelo De Garcia from Cebu chapter. Gusto kong balikan din ano-ano yung mga equipment nyo na sa palagay nyo nakakatulong to be able to facilitate the work of the chapter. Kerr, go ahead for Cebu.
For Cebu naman po, same with every other chapter or one, may operational blood bank po kami. So 24/7 yan nag-operate. No, we have medtech on 3 shifting rotation. No, tapos in our chapter, as well as the Northern Cebu branch ng Bugo, we have a total of 5 ambulances, no? Including that one of isang negative pressure ambulance, no? During the COVID time. Tapos we have our water tanker, and we are capable enough, no, to have 4 service vehicles, no, that dalawang pick-up at saka dalawang van. At the same time, we also have our food truck, no, dalawang food truck, and we have our water rescue vehicle, which is the lifeboat.
Okay. We go to Pangasinan. Angeline Sevilla, go ahead. Ano-ano yung mga equipment na namobilize niyo sa inyong chapter?
Yes po, yung mga assets po namin dito sa Pangasinan is meron po kami mga ambulances, mga PRC vehicles po na namobilize po namin during emergency situation as well as transportation po of the PRC. And we also have functional blood bank din po. And of course po, we have volunteer services po. So volunteer services po, meron na po kaming RC-143. And as well as the Red Cross din po. So from school to community, meron po kaming mga set of army of volunteers po that really mobilize the delivery of services to the people po.
I should have said this earlier, but we had a message from retired Chief Justice Hilarion Davide Jr. and I usually use it for our kalinga mula sa Red Cross. Ang sabi niya, a blessed and beautiful Sunday, the 9th of June. We pray for unlimited blessing for you and your loved ones. May you have all the best today, warm smile to lighten your moments, healthy food to nourish you, serenity to keep you focused, friends to cheer you up, God's unlimited blessings to secure you in His great love, mercy, and compassion. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord bless you, let His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord look upon you kindly and give you peace. Ako naniniwala yung mga messages na binabasa ko dito ay it's not for me alone but to the entire Red Cross family. Kaya tamang-tama, speaking of family, at this point, I want to dwell on background ninyo. Who are your parents? What are their positions? What are they doing? And how many are you in the family? I'd like to begin again with Pamela. Ilan kayo sa family? Sino ang parent nyo? Because I think we also need to honor the parents of the volunteers. Let's start with Pamela.
So, yes, good afternoon once again. So, my parents are, my mother po is Eileen Hagi. She is from Negros Occidental, and my father is Rahilio. My father is currently working po sa sarili din pong business na own po ng family namin. And my mother is a simple housewife po. And I have 8 siblings in the family because I have 2 half brothers and sisters, and then yun po yung mga trabaho ng parents ko, and then yun mga kapatid ko.
Good to know. Si Kerr naman, ano ang masasabi mo about your family, and also if you can share, where did you go to school para we can put in context yung saan ka nag-aral, saan ka nag-benefit. Si Kerr, go ahead, Kerr.
So, as for my family po, my mother was just a common housewife. From time to time, magtitinda sila ng isda sa palengke. Then my father was a musician, but currently he is now retired. As for my education, nag-graduate po ako dito sa Cebu sa isang prestigious state university, which is Cebu Normal University, and just recently po nag-graduate ako ng Bachelor of Arts of Political Science with Latin honors cum laude.
Wow, congratulations, because we need really good people in the Philippine Red Cross. I now go to Vincent, your parents, so that we can say thank you to them. Also, where did you go to school, and what did you finish? Go ahead, Vincent.
So, once again, a pleasant afternoon po, ma'am. And sa
Parents.
ano po namin, sa family po namin, magdalawa po kaming magkakapatid, and I have my mom, si Maria Oichoco po, and yung dad ko po, si Sabino Oichoco, both mga business lang po, owners, and also farming. And tsaka sa ano po ako, karatig na city po ako nakapag-school, ano? So sa Coriaso College po ako, doon po ako nag junior high at saka senior high school po, in which currently enrolled as a grade 12 student po doon, and currently holding din po sa council ng RCY po namin. And yes po.
Sige, thank you. Si Pamela, because I'll follow up this question na, highlighting your personal experiences which made you, really love to work with Philippine Red Cross. Si Pamela muna, yung background ng parents, and then where did you go to school and what did you finish? Go ahead, Pamela.
So, yan po. Again, background po ng parents ko is they are both then, again po, business owner. Yung minamanage po nila is yung sariling farm po talaga ng family namin, since yun po yung parang namana ng papa ko from his late papa po. And then, I graduated at Davao del Sur State College po, under Bachelor Public Administration. And yun po yung background ko. Sa Digo City po ako. I am from Bukidnon. Originally, I am from Bukidnon. But since high school, dito na po ako sa Digo City, Davao del Sur po nakatira. So dito na po ako graduate ng high school, and then nag-college, and then po today. So basically I'm living away from my parents, but they are both very supportive po sa akin. Kahit ngayon po na medyo matanda na po, nakapagtapos na po ng pag-aaral, yes. Yun po.
I think I miss Angeline Sevilla in terms of, na-mention mo na ba ang parents mo earlier? Not yet.
Not yet, ma'am. Not yet po, ma'am.
Oh, sige, your turn. Because I think I missed the order of the questioning. Go ahead. Your turn, Angeline.
Yes po. So we are 5 in the family. My mother po is Jennifer Sevilla po, a public school teacher. Same with my alma mater po. She's teaching in Bautista National High School. Up next naman po, my father is a police officer po in our municipality din po from Bautista. I have two siblings po. And I attended Bautista National High School. And I graduated po of an academic track, Humanities and Social Sciences at the same school po. And I'm proud to say that I graduated as top 2 of our graduating batch. Yun lang po.
I guess it's very important to my mind na ipapagpatuloy nyo ang pagiging volunteer, no? Pero sometimes, they become volunteers. T-E-A-R-S. Volunteers. Nakakaiyak ang mga experiences. Pero naniniwala ko, you learn even from those difficult circumstances. Kaya gusto ko din ma-share ninyo yung na-apply ninyo na kagalingan nyo sa eskwela sa pagiging volunteer at saka gusto nyo ba ipagpatuloy ang pagiging volunteer sa Philippine Red Cross because there might be some circumstances which will make you feel it's time to go. I don't want to do volunteering anymore. It's very difficult. Gusto kong balikan kayo dahil nakikita ko this is why this program is geared to that, to ensure yung support sa inyo na na-encourage kayo imbis na nadi-discourage. So, siguro sharing nyo ngayon, babalik uli ako, no? Unahin ko muna yung mga boys. Si Kerr, si Vincent, si Pamela, and then si Angeline. Go ahead. Si Kerr muna.
Siguro what I could say is I really love volunteering in Red Cross because it gave me a purpose on what I really what I want to set my mind into. Kasi for almost 7 years I have been in this organization, no, from Typhoon Odette, no, from every year since Sinulog nagjo-duty talaga ako, from even Naga landslide, yung landslide sa Naga City, Cebu, no, I have really been passionate about serving humanity and serving the community that I love, no, and I could really say that although there may be hiccups in the following years, no, following that I really want to pursue a chosen profession that is hard, on my opinion, which is law. I could say nga gusto ko talagang mag-volunteer sa Red Cross, even if may limited time ako, I could those limited time I would rather give it to volunteering in this prestigious organization.
Excellent. What about Vincent Lance, Choco? You look like a young guy who is willing to change the world. Go ahead, Vince.
Thank you for that compliment, ma'am. Well, I have to say po, ma'am, volunteering as a student alone is not an easy job. We all know that, ma'am. And I have been into a lot of challenges in this aspect in which maraming nagsasabi sa akin na bakit ka naman magvo-volunteer, wala ka namang papala diyan, wala namang sweldo, ano bang makukuha mo diyan? May mga times pa that because sa chapter po namin at saka sa bayan po namin, I still have to travel like 20-25 minutes to reach our chapter po just to volunteer. And I have to do that because I there has been a call po kasi sa akin na I need to do something. I need to parang do my part as a human being in this society. And again, with the challenges given sa volunteering life ko po, I still chose to serve humanity since I really believe that the sole purpose of life po from Leo Tolstoy is to serve humanity. And yung mga common challenges ko po, I would use that siguro as somewhat a driving force for me to really pursue yung passion ko, which is to serve humanity and others, in which this organization din po really gave me a purpose, and I really and it has really enlightened me to a new and broader aspect or perspective of life, na nakita ko nga na marami po talaga sa mga kababayan po natin, from what Angeline Sevilla has said, na marami po talaga sa mga kababayan po natin ay nangangailangan ng tulong. And if walang gagawa po, if walang magvo-volunteer, if walang magsasakripisyo, sino po? And if hindi ngayon, then kailan pa? So as human beings, we should really have that camaraderie and unity to really do our part in serving humanity po. And kagaya po sa council po namin, or lagi ko pong I would always reiterate sa mga members po namin that we should always serve humanity as long as we can, and as long as there is a must to serve. Yan po. Maraming salamat.
Actually, the highest form of public service is volunteer service. Kasi hindi ka naman binabayaran dito. It comes from the heart. Now, ang nakikita ko, maybe I can ask you at large, no? Yung parang ano yung gusto nyong sabihin sa mga nanonood, nakikinig sa atin. Meron akong kasama dito sa bahay ko. Siya ay isang owner of a school. And she has been for the longest time enabling students to grow in her school. Pero ano yung nakita nyong naituro sa inyo when you were in elementary, when you were in high school, and when you were in college, that you remember? The teachers that you remembered who helped you. Kasi magandang balikan natin yung katangi-tanging karanasan with your particular teacher, whether elementary, high school, or college, na hindi nyo makakalimutan. I always feel that we need to remember, celebrate the teachers that we have had, para wherever they are, they might be in heaven, they might still be around, but you have taken note and you feel it is this time to say thank you. We can do that as the last part of our interview.
Yes, oo.
How do you say thank you to your teacher that you remember the most?
Last message.
Go ahead.
Natin si Angeline Sevilla.
Si Edison na ang tatawag. Wala na akong boses.
Ayan, si Angeline, ikaw na muna.
So hello po. Hello to everyone out there, especially to my fellow youth po, and everyone who is watching this live po. One of my teachers during high school po was really asking why I am in this organization, that yung sinabi nga po ni Sir Lance na bakit ka na sa organization wherein wala ka namang makukuha. I told that hindi naman po siya sa makukuha, but it is more on the feeling of satisfaction that you are doing to other people, that you are responding and volunteering to their needs, as well as delivering the services of the Philippine Red Cross to them and making the Philippine Red Cross closer to them po. And the most core memory po that I have with that specific teacher po is that she said po na saving lives does not mean preventing the loss of life of a person or saving a person from a demise po. Rather, it is also in healing from protecting them, that specific person po, or that person who are in a vulnerable situation, from any potential harm po. And for that po, I realized and I was enlightened na saving life po is not constrained to a few individuals, but it lies po in our own hands po. So, therefore, I was eager and na-revitalize po yung humanitarianism ko po within me. So, for our dear listeners po, let's provide each other support po, as well as to follow the Philippine Red Cross vision, mission, and guiding principles po, so that we could create a more resilient and compassionate world po. Kasi together, we can and we will make a difference po. And volunteering is one way that we could be able to do that. And if we want and we will, we can be able to achieve a lot of things and make a lasting change in our society. And I would like also to thank the Philippine Red Cross for mobilizing us, the youth as well po, and actually including us in this organization po, that we can be able also to have a meaningful change as well as a meaningful participation in its delivery po. And for that po, I therefore conclude na in order for us to be a volunteer, we must be able to have this compassion within us that really guides us into having that feeling po na we have to, kasi kailangan nating tulungan yung mga kababayan natin na at risk, at the vulnerable situation, and we have to protect them from any harm because saving lives matters. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Ayan, okay. Si Ma'am
Hindi
Angeline.
Yun lang po. Basta nasabi na niya what the others would have said as well. So all you have to do is goodbye na lang tayo. Just say what you have learned from this interview.
Yes.
How you found the interview. Go ahead.
Si Sir Kerr Angelo de Gracia naman. Sir Kerr?
From the interview, I have learned that although different po naming backgrounds, as well as our different geographical backgrounds, but still in the Philippine Red Cross in its entirety, the spirit of volunteerism still remains there. Although we came from different outlooks or different perspectives on what it comes to become a volunteer, the perks, the privileges, or what the sacrifices are, at least we know that there is a purpose on why we are called to become volunteers and why we need to serve humanity, because there are still vulnerable people out there, and as there are vulnerable people out there, there are people who need help, who are going to help them but us.
Okay, si Sir Vincent Lance Uchoco naman. Sir, okay.
Okay.
What did you learn from this interview?
Oh, yes po. So, what I see that is really pivotal and from this interview po is that, as what Sir Kerr has just mentioned, that kahit na we come from different background, but we are really united. And given the fact na kadalasan sa atin dito is mga youth, mga kabataan, we are really directed and guided by the Philippine Red Cross sa pagiging mabuting tao, And I am really glad that there are still marami pa rin na mga humanitarian workers out there, especially from my colleagues out here, na we're really doing their part in serving humanity. And I hope that many of the youth in today's society would really also adhere to the call of humanity. And given that this society that we are currently in is built on sacrifices, I would also like to urge everyone to do their part in making our world a better place, as cliche as it may sound, pero yan talaga ang kinakailangan natin sa panahon nito. We have seen a lot of conflicts, wars, mga gera kung saan, a lot of mga hindi kaaya-aya na mga experiences or mga pangyayari. But what this society needs is the unity and to activate or to enable the humanity within us. And yan lang po. Siamo tutti fratelli.
Okay, thank you, Sir Vincent Lance. At si Ma'am Pamela Haging naman. Okay, mabilis lang.
Siguro po, kung meron man po akong naging na-learn or siguro na-realize and then appreciate sa interview na ito is that present si Red Cross sa iba't ibang lugar and masayang nagsiserve si Red Cross sa iba't ibang lugar. So again, siguro po bago matapos ang interview ito, magpapasalamat lang siguro ako sa oportunidad. And then i-encourage ko po yung lahat, especially yung mga kabataan, na mag-volunteer. Kasi yun yung isa sa pinaka-selfless act na pwede nating gawin, na pwede ninyong gawin din po, na pwede nating maitulong na wala tayong hinihinging kapalit. Kagaya nga po ng sinabi ko kahapon sa mga kabataan na tinuruan ko, nakakapagod si Red Cross, pero masaya sa Red Cross. Kasi dahil kahit napapagod ka, masaya kang tumutulong. And for me as instructor, national trainer ng Red Cross Youth, I will continue to instill and I will continue to invite youth in our chapter na makapag-spread, mas dumami sila, mas dumami kami. Kasi para sa akin, yun yung way ko talaga na maipakita kung gaano ako ka-supportive sa Red Cross. Because Red Cross molded me for who I am today. Kung paano ako magsalita, kung paano ako tumayo sa lahat, kung paano ako mag-decision din. Kasi I was guided by the people behind Red Cross. And I met a lot of friends that turns out to be my family right now. And they are very supportive. Again, yun po, maraming salamat talaga for having us. And again, for those people who is watching, mag-volunteer tayo sa Red Cross. Kasi masaya sa Red Cross. Okay,
thank you, Ma'am Pamela Haging. Salamat po. Gov Cora, ang inyong pong final message.
Final message ko, magagawa natin lahat ng bagay kung di tayo nag-iisa. That's why volunteerism is important in the lives in our country. And naniniwala ako na may your drive increase dahil marami pa tayong dapat gawin to help our country move to greater heights. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
Okay, yan po ang ating kalingahatid ng Red Cross ngayong pong araw ng Linggo, ika-9 ng Hunyo, at susunod na po ang pagbabalita natin ni Albert Sebastian. Kasunod po ni programa ni Vance Fernandez, Pulso ng Pilipino. Ito po si Edison Enriquez. 1 minuto makalipas ng 4:00 ng hapon.